Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right. Now, I've been gone for 2 years. And needless to say, I am disappointed, always disappointed. A lot of changes has happened. But what disappoints me are players not picking up on it. And me and my friend was talking about this last night as we, did some dungeon runs and some stuff. And he was like, so why didn't anybody pick up on that, nerd for, this and that? I was like, because they're not the, I don't know, man. They don't like to count. They don't like to actually do work and test. And he's like, but they're content creators. I'm like, right, yeah, they're totally content creators. And he's like, ugh. I was like, right. So today I'm going to pop some examples here by transmuting some pieces of armor and going over it. Now,
what do you want?
Consequently, what I want to show you guys is my armor rating. What happens when you put reinforced on heavy versus light or, light or medium. I mean, the armor ratings change. Because reinforced is a percentage value, where Nernholm is flat based. So it makes sense, the higher your armor rating, the more bang for your buck you get out of reinforced. But if you have a low end, piece, let's say like belt, for example, you don't maximize with reinforced as effectively. But they didn't know that. These are your content creators. Okay. So we're going to take head. And we're going to show the armor rating right now. Character sheet. Okay, spell 16, physical 9. Okay. So we're going to transmute our headpiece. Okay, now the first thing we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go with the Nern. So we see the 245, but we're going to go down here. That's going to bump up our armor rating to 2.6. Okay? Because why? Because it's a flat value. But when we go back into reinforced, we get to 8. Because it's a bigger piece, and because it has a higher value, reinforced works better on bigger pieces. Right? The more armor, the more bang for your buck. Why? Because it's a... What have I been teaching you guys? Percentage-based modifier. And if there's a percentage-based modifier, there are certain ways to exploit and capitalize on it better than just assuming that you trade it all the same. Or that all rules apply and there's no diminishing effects. Okay. Get more bang for your buck, people. Now, here's the deal. When you take a look at the impen, it doesn't change anything. But the critical resistance, what have I been teaching you about? Critical resistance derives from a base damage. Meaning, the more my base damage does, the higher my crit value. So the same rule applies. The more I cut down on armor. This is why permablock tanks never, ever, most of the time, don't use impen. Most of the time. They don't need to. They reinforce their gear because they get more bang, and they know, oh, I'll just cut down on all the damage. Duh. Yeah, duh. You don't fucking... You cut down on their base, their crit goes down anyways. So that's why when impen took a hit, it really doesn't pay. It doesn't pay off. Now, let's go ahead. We'll go back. And now let's take a look at that belt. So... when we take a look at this, it scales, reinforced scales up our armor to 606. But when we go with the Nernholm, we get 776. What would you guys ever do without me? And they've been sitting on this. They've been sitting on this for a year, over a fucking year. And people want to know why I make fun of people. It's because it's their job. They're paid to know this, and yet they don't. They don't even look at the traits when they're transmuting it. They don't even look at the value. That's as simple. I don't even have to test it to tell you what it's going at. Nernhone, light. Right? Reinforced. We go back to the heavy piece. Right? Once again, reinforced, 2-8. Go down to the Nernhone, 2-6. Okay? So, now that becomes a question, what about your smaller pieces of heavy? That's a pretty good question. So, now same thing with the medium. Does this change? 2004, reinforced, 224. Medium. Okay? You need to pay attention because of the armor rating. Whether or not you want to take advantage of Nernhone or whether you want to take advantage of the reinforced. Light armor should be using more Nernhone on smaller pieces. Right? Even in chest, let's say my chest. All right? That I'm currently wearing. Now, this is just for PvP applications. So, when we take a look at this, we take a look at the Nernhone on the light chest. 1649 versus reinforced 1619. Okay? So, your armor rating is a factor, a very huge factor. So, even in the smaller pieces, the heavier the armor, the more bang you're going to get out of reinforced. But if the lighter the armor value, the more you want to amplify in Nernhone. Okay. All right, so let's go with heavy feet. Same thing. 2692. It's a heavy piece. We go down to the Nern. 25. So 25. 26. Okay, let's take a look at our light feet. We already did a medium, but let's take a look at the light. When we take a look at the light, reinforced, 1416, 1474. Okay, so that's very, very important. Yo, what up, bro? Gonna be doing more BGs? Oh, me? I'm definitely going to be. As soon as I'm wanting to get back into Battlegrounds. I'm itching bad. I'm just trying to get everything done. But, I was like, why are they putting reinforced on light armor? And why are they not just bailing on impen? I would reinforce big pieces. I mean, sure. But most of the time you go infused. A lot of people want to go infused on the big pieces. It makes sense. You get more bang for your buck. But unless you're in heavy, and that's what we were talking about. He's like, why didn't they pay attention to that changeover with the Nernhone? I'm like, fuck if I know, dude. Fuck if I know. If I'm on a blade, if I'm on any mage blade, or if I'm on a, any light armor where, prefer. That's why I went with fortified brass and Nernhone. That's why. I went fortified brass light to maintain the bonuses, took the small pieces, and what did I say I was going to do? I went Nernhone. I told everybody I was going to do that. Why does everybody think I was going to do that? Of course I'm going to do that. I pay attention. Duh. Jeez, fucking Mateezes, guys. Holy shit. You guys fucked up majorly. And then the meta players trying to come after. I'm like, just sit down. Sit down. You guys all had this for over a year. And nobody paid attention. And you guys want me to take you all serious. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to take any of these other content creators serious unless they get their shit together. I swear to God. It is sad, guys. It's sad. So what you guys definitely want to do, and it's the same thing, man. When we take a look at, like, once again, this is just something I was fucking with yesterday. But if I was going to PvP, right, I would want to take advantage of amplifying all of my small pieces, as more effectively. If I was going to wear any heavy armor, of course, you know, it would benefit me. Let me switch tunes here for a second. To amplify that armor rating, knowing I'm going to get debuffed. Right? Because we're going to get debuffed. It's what's going to happen in PvP. PvP, it's almost a guaranteed that debuffs are coming your way. You know, debuffs coming to a, you know, near you is really, you know, the case. Now, frankly, because they've been hiding behind fake accounts, I dropped in on a little known content creator who's a PvE content creator, and I've been giving him a little flack because with one of the new sets, he's like, well, you can get 100% uptime with Warhorn. I'm like, congratulations, I can do that anyways on a Nightblade or a Sork tank using Akavari Dragon. It's good to know that you're still slacking. You know, what an idiot. Fucking morons. Why do I make fun of them? Why do I make fun of them? Because they don't pay attention. They don't. Okay. You guys want me, people want me to be a little bit whatever to these guys, but they don't pay attention. Okay? I'm so sorry. Not really. Not really. Not really. Not really. It's like, listen, man. They come in here under aliases, hiding like little bitches because they're scaredy cats. It is what it is. And then I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. I don't want you even to believe me when I show you. I don't even want you to believe me even when I show you. All right? I don't want you to believe me then. Oh, wrong one. I want you guys to be like, whoa, okay, wait a minute. You know, let me check this out. And I want you to do it for yourself. I want you to test it for yourself. Just because I tell you something doesn't necessarily mean I want you to implement it. It's like, look, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to give you guys what I see and what I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to let you determine for yourself. Right? Just that simple. You know? I think that's very, very important. I think that's an important element to understand because a lot of times people get caught up in this meta craze, and that's why I don't chase the meta. Because time and time again, I've proven it wrong. Time and time again, the meta players always conform to what I have said. When I was running Nerdhole and Julianos, how many meta players jumped on board that? All of them. Even Outcast. While I was making fun of them. Okay? When they were rolling with, you know, a whatever configuration, I was like 511, duh. And I don't use trial sets. I use willpower with 5-piece Julianos because willpower is actually hitting harder than a 3-piece trial set. You guys doing it for the Slayer buff. The Slayer buff isn't, the Minor Slayer doesn't do more damage than willpower. Gilliam tested that. How many jumped on? All of them! They're a fucking joke. They've always been a fucking joke when it comes to numbers. Okay? They've always been a fucking joke. Am I an asshole? Absolutely. I'm absolutely an asshole. Okay? So, I think it's very important to understand here. Okay? So, we're going to go over this one more time here. And why I bailed on Impen. After the nerf to Impen, it's literally pointless to have Impen. So, I'm going to show you guys. I have the Thief Mundus, right? And I'm going to actually deslot any critical modifier I have. Yeah, because I don't have any critical modifier slotted. Okay, that's good. But I have the Thief. Now, a lot of people will be like, shouldn't you? No, it's just the test. I want to show the base. I don't want to show anything skewed. Okay. Oh, snap. Wrong bar. Alright. That's supposed to go here and whatever. Okay. Unequip. bow's supposed to go here. Sometimes I do that. I think we all have. All right. Now, just look at the main one. No crit modifiers, nothing. Just the swing. Seven, 4, 9, 8. But now look at crit. 10, 3. 10, 3. 10, 3. See what I'm saying? 10, 3. Now, when I take the warrior, will that go up or down? Will my crit go up? Will my crit damage go up or down? Place your bets. Place your bets. What about you, Machiavelli? Place your bets. Place your bets. Is it going to go up or down? Place your bets. Place your bets. Is it going to go up? Will my crit damage go up or down? Put your money where your mouth is. Don't need to make an actual bet, but just speak up. Say it. Will it go up or down? Will it go up or down? Nobody? Come on, you pussies. Speak up. You guys know more than I do. If I use the warrior, will my crit damage, will I crit higher? Yes or no? Come on, you bitches. You guys know this game. I don't. Come on. Come on. Nothing? Are you guys that big of pussies? Come on. Is it going to go up or not? It's a simple question. If you guys think you're trolling me, here's your chance to say I'm going to be wrong. Speak up or forever hold your fucking tongue and be the bitches and the fakes that you've always been. Speak up. If I take this, will my crit go up or down? Yes or no? Anybody? God, you guys are so pussies. Look at you. None of you are fucking going to say shit because you already know I'm right. And absolutely, I will be. Seven, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8. I did not add any critical modifier to the damage output. I only increased the base damage. Critical derives from base. You get a natural critical modifier as you scale base damage. That's a fact. That's a fact. The more I hit base, the higher my crit's going to naturally evolve anyways. Duh. Like I said, I've been doing this professionally for over 20 years. Math doesn't change. It doesn't change. It just doesn't. I'm so sorry, you dipshits. So why am I not going to take InPen? Because with this knowledge, with this fundamental, I already know if I cut their base damage down further, guess what goes down anyways? Their critical output. So why would I want to take InPen, right? That shaves 124 off of the output when I can shave thousands off their output. Because you got to think, When I use this in conjunction, all of a sudden, my resistance is 17. Now, let's say I was going to build for PvP, hypothetically. Right? Let's go ahead and say, oh, well, Mystic's going to build for PvP. Well, yeah, of course, you know, whatever. But let's say I wanted to keep medium armor, right? But I didn't want to use fortified, but I want to go ahead and get a little bit more starchy, whatever. And then I need, I'm going to put in maybe a couple pieces of heavy. Maybe I'm going to go with the crafted set. Maybe I'm going to go with the drop set. Maybe I'm going to go with jewelry, 2 pieces of something heavy, whatever. But for this example, we use Kina for an example. Okay. I don't necessarily want to take any impen. 0. It's not going to be worth it. Instead, what I want to do is take the heaviest pieces, and guess what I would do? I would reinforce them, right? I would take those heaviest pieces, and I would reinforce the heavy ones, right? Because it's flat base. I've already got a huge number here. That is going to shed off. Now listen, look, 400. Impen, 127 from the critical damage. 400, 127. If I'm shaving off 400, I'm essentially shaving off more than the 127 the impen's going to give me. Plus, I'm not just protecting just from critical. I'm literally protecting myself from base and critical resistance at the same time. But if I'm in light armor, then I want to utilize the Nirnholm, because that's going to give me a bigger value due to the fact that I have the lightest armor rating in the game. So fortified with Nirnholm ends up being huge, massive. It's a great setup. You still proving guys wrong out here. Death to the meta. Thank you, Calvin. Death to the meta. Absolutely. I still do it, don't I? Years later. And you guys know, my old subscribers know, they like, Mystic's been doing it since the get. Nothing's changing. Mystic does, he shows it. And that's what I've always done. I don't necessarily want to just say it. I'm going to show this to you guys so you get a visual representation without complication, right? That's just that simple. Always that to the meta. Always that to the meta. Always. So that's what we do. That's the way it's always been. They always conform to what I do anyways. They're slackers. Always. They use my Nightblade healer in their trials. Bitches. Cowards. Use my configurations for, maximum, optimization. Bitches. Cowards. They couldn't fucking count to save their fucking life. They're slackers. Slackers. I was using mothers before those guys even thought about it. It's on my Templar build. And they all were like, thumbs down. Thumbs down. It was like, okay. And then they all went for it. I had mothers on this blade prior to the craze. I come back, he's still on it. He's still in it. And now it's just taken off. Bitches, slackers. Now, am I going to hold on to mothers? Nope. Am I going to hold on to Levy? Nope. For me, they want to chase that meta. They can. I'm going to exploit the base. It's all about that base. About that base. And that's what I'm going to do with the traits, too. I'm not going to chase impen. I'm going to chase the base. We're going to keep away. There's one build I'm going to have to utilize a crit. And Exhaust nerfed, they're starting to nerf the mythics. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, you guys should keep them intact. Totally. I mean, why nerf them now? I mean, just Let me play with them a little bit. You know? Give them to me for a second. I can't use the one in BGs anymore. But don't think I'm not going to use it in Cyrodiil when they lift that bitch. And I'm going to exploit it real bad. Real bad. Because as long as I'm dealing damage, you ain't going to kill me. You ain't. As long as I'm damaging, you're fucked. You're dead. The audacity that's come along with some stupid shit deserves to be exploited. It deserves it. It deserves it. I'm tired. I'm not playing anybody's games. They're playing mine. You always have. They always have. So, as always, man. I mean, what can I say? But anyways, man. There it is. Proof is in what? The pudding. I just want to do this. Once again, I don't know who you guys are watching, but if they haven't covered like this type of stuff, you might want to hit unsubscribe and get the fuck away. As always, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. Peace.